Nityanandam aham vande karne lambitamauctikam Chaitanyagrajrupena pavitrikrita bhutalam. I bow to Sri Nityananda Prabhu, who has a pearl earring suspended from one of his ears, who is the elder brother of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and who is the purifier of the earth. The Bhagavata Purana states that in this age of Kali, people who are bestowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates by performing Sankirtana Yagna. According to the scriptures, the Yuga Avatara, who spreads the Sankirtana movement throughout the Indian subcontinent, is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is the confidential esoteric manifestation of Radha and Krishna in one form, the original Godhead in his intimate feature. Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by his plenary expansion, Nityananda Prabhu, his incarnation, Advaita Acharya, his internal potency, Gadadhara, and his marginal potency, Srivas Thakura. Whenever the Lord descends, he descends in these 5 features. Mahaprabhu cannot be understood or approached without the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, who is the cardinal guru of the universe. He serves as an intermediary between Mahaprabhu and the devotee. Just as Balaram is Lord Krishna's second body, so too is Nityananda Rama, the second body of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All other forms and expansions of the Lord emanate from this secondary body. Nityananda is the original Sankarshana, Adi Purusha, Chaturvyuha, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu, Kshirodakshayi Vishnu, and Lakshmana. He is the entire Paravyoma, Vaikuntha, and Krishnaloka, the very substance of the spiritual world. As Shesha, he expands into the Lord's umbrella, slippers, conch, pillows, garments, sacred thread, throne, and so on. He facilitates the Lord's Leela in an unfathomable capacity, and his function as Servitor Godhead is integral to every movement in existence. In manifested earthly Leela, Nityananda Prabhu is senior to Mahaprabhu by more than a decade. He is statuesque, and his eyes, intoxicated with love, roll fiercely under his eyelids with the intensity of darting hummingbirds. Although whitish in complexion, like Balaram, he sometimes assumes a glossy, blackish hue due to his identification with certain forms of Vishnu. His garments resemble a cluster of blue lotus flowers, and his effulgence is said to surmount the grandeur of a rising moon at sunset. Nityananda's graceful gait is often compared to that of an elephant, and in a deep voice he is always repeating, Krishna, Krishna. His imposing figure moves forward like a maddened lion, and he carries a red stick that looks pleasing to devotees. His face is more beautiful than a million moons. His teeth bright red from chewing betel. Around his feet dance ecstatic bumblebees, anxious for a drop of his honey. These same feet are adorned by tinkling anklets, the beauty of which is complemented by his golden earrings, armlets, and bangles. He has the carefree mood of a wild Avadhuta, and no one knows what he will do next.
Nitai nile na bulamon, amar nitai nile na bulamon, gaur nile na, saragai makile tilak gaur nile na. যে জন নিত্য বস্তু আদর করে মনরে আমার নিত্য বস্তু আদর করে আমার দয়াল নিতাই তাহার করে তারে ভক্তি ভারে ডাকলে পরে ভক্তি ভারে ডাকলে পরে উত্তর সাধন সফল হবে সারা গায়ে মাটিলে তিলক গৌর মিলে না আমার নিতাই নিলে না ভুলাম নিতাই নিলে না ভুলাম গৌর মিলে না সারা গায়ে মাটিলে তিলক গৌর মিলে না
As a child, Nitai, as he was called, had a close circle of friends, and together they used to imitate the pastimes of Lord Krishna. The boys enjoyed themselves, as children do, while becoming completely absorbed in Krishna's Leela. Performing these intricately woven stories on a daily basis, the children came to love Nitai as their natural leader and friend. He was the most imaginative among them, and they all laughed and shared joyful exchanges when he would dress them up like demons. Sometimes Nitai would construct demons out of toys, naming them Bakasura, Aghasura, Vatsasura, and so on. Then he would go through the motions of battling with them and finally killing them. From time to time, Nitai would make his friends watch him steal butter and yogurt from the local milkman, as Krishna did in his Vraja Leela. The milkman, of course, did not complain. He was an accomplice who set aside all the excess dairy, expecting Nitai and his friends to show up. All the adults of Ekachakra adored Nitai. They were fascinated by this unique little boy and loved him as their own. Watching Nitai enact different pastimes of Krishna day after day so skillfully, his neighbors wondered, how is it that he is so talented? How does he know the stories so well? No one has explained these details to him. On one occasion, one of the boys, dressed as Akrura, and took Krishna and Balaram away from Vrindavan on the orders of Kamsa. Nitai cried in grief, feeling the separation of the gopis. Tears of love flowed from his eyes, and his acting was so authentic that it made all who watched question whether he was merely acting or in some way experiencing the part he played. This was true whether he was playing Krishna, Balaram, or other incarnations of God. Among his most convincing roles was that of Lakshmana, the brother of Lord Rama. Nityananda Prabhu, in the guise of Lakshmana, spoke dramatically, Since Nityananda was actually Balarama, he experienced the various moods of Rama's younger brother. He often added appropriate dialogue that displayed his personal involvement in the role, and his audience invariably felt that there was something supernatural about his play acting. Some of them knew that Nityananda's acting constituted a play within a play, and that his inner play was a manifestation of the highest reality of life, the Leela of the Lord. For the first 12 years of his Leela, Nityananda Prabhu stayed in Ekachakra and shared loving pastimes with his neighbors. Just before his 13th year, however, a traveling mendicant, whom some say was the saint Lakshmipati Tirtha, came to his home. Hadai Pandit, Nityananda's father, welcomed him as a guest. With deep respect and Brahminical hospitality, Hadai Pandit offered his eminent guest all that he had. "Please feel free to take whatever you like," he said. "My home is your home." The visiting ascetic explained that his was a simple life and so his needs were minimal. However, he said, he needed a traveling companion, and young Nitai would be appropriate for such a service. Hadai Pandit was shattered. Reluctantly, he agreed to let his son go. After all, he had promised to give the sannyasi whatever he needed, and to go back on his word would mean evading a fundamental scriptural injunction. Nitai had been waiting to go to Navadvip for some time, but it was 100 miles north of Ekachakra, and he was just a young boy. He knew that Mahaprabhu had already appeared in the world and was involved in his childhood pastimes. "I will enjoy going to holy places of pilgrimage with this wonderful sannyasi," Nitai thought. "And when Mahaprabhu is ready, I will go to Navadvip." In this way, Nitai happily departed Ekachakra with the traveling ascetic. But his happiness was not shared by his parents. For them, it was like a nightmare. How had they agreed to let the sannyasi take their beloved son from them? What had come over them? They thought he would be living a hard life, always on the road. They missed his sweet association. The aging Hadai Pandit could not tolerate Nitai's absence, and after some time he passed away, bitten by the snake bite of separation. For the next 20 years, Nitai traveled from holy place to holy place, receiving instruction and friendship from his elderly companion.
Nache re Nitai, Gaura Dvijo Muniya. Nache re Nitai, Gaura Dvijo Muniya. Bame priya Gadadhara, Srivasaya Dvaitavara. Bame priya Gadadhara, Srivasaya Dvaitavara. Parishada Taragana Jiniya. Parishada সঙ্গীত ভালো বাজে খোলো করতাল মধুর সঙ্গীত ভালো গগন ভরিল হরি ধ্বনিয়া নাচে রে নিতাই গৌর দ্বিজ মনিয়া.
The year was 1506. After arduous travel through dense forests in a trance-like state of frantic devotion, Nityananda Prabhu reached the land of Nadia. Relishing the spiritual environment, he went directly to the house of Nandanacharya, a great devotee who lived in Antardvipa, where the Ganga and Jalangi meet. His house was enclosed by a well-known garden that was called Sri Ishodhyana. This garden was reminiscent of Vraja, with berry bushes, cuckoos, peacocks, fragrant flowers, and varieties of fruit trees. Nityananda felt at home here. He thought, Mahaprabhu is actually my younger brother and is anxious to see me. Let me play a game with him and see if he will find me here. Aware of Nityananda's presence, Mahaprabhu dispatched Haridas Thakura and Srivas Pandit to search for him. But after 3 hours, they returned without Nityananda. They could not find him. Haridasa is Lord Brahma, the creator of the universe, and Srivas is Narada Muni, who has the free rein to travel wherever he likes. Between them, they have enough mystic potency to accomplish anything. And yet, by Nityananda's inconceivably powerful desire, he was able to keep himself hidden from those two capable souls. Mahaprabhu enjoyed Nitai's transcendental game and, like Nitai, wanted to savor their first meeting. He relished the fact that there was some delay in finding Nityananda, but after some time, he could not wait any longer. And so he rounded up all the devotees and went directly to Nandanacharya's house. When the two lords finally saw each other for the first time, they were immediately overtaken by waves of ecstasy. Nityananda was roughly 32 years old and Mahaprabhu was 20. They each felt that they were now perfectly complete and embracing. They cried rivers of ecstasy. After glorifying each other for a few moments, Nitai fell to the ground in an unconscious state. Quickly revived by Mahaprabhu's soothing touch, they continued to glorify each other in poetic and appealing ways. All the assembled devotees were struck with awe, and they realized that they were fortunate to witness such a sublime occurrence, one that happens rarely in 1,000 ages of Brahma. The spot where the two lords first met is today commemorated by a beautiful temple called Sri Gaura Nityananda Mandir.
Ki bajayo jayo Gaura Chande Arati ko shobha Ki bajayo जगमान लोभा कि बजयो जय गोरा चंदे आरती के शोभा जगमान लोभा दखीन नीताय चाँद बामे गदाधर
Mahaprabhu and Nityananda spent several years together, relishing the Sankirtana pastimes in Navadvip. The Acharyas unequivocally assert that Nityananda holds the entrance key to Mahaprabhu's heart. Mahaprabhu asked Nityananda and Haridas Thakura to serve as door-to-door preachers, spreading the message of love of God to every home in Navadvip. It was at this time that Nityananda and Haridas met the two brothers, Jagai and Madhai.
This is Jagai Madhai. They are born in nice Brahmin family, but due to bad association, they became drunkard, prostitute hunters, gambler, and meat eater. Nityananda and Haridas Thakur were out for preaching. He canvasses door to door to induce that you become devotee of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is to create this canvas. Go everywhere. Amar Aggai Guru Haiya Taro Eidi. Go. He used to send Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, and to canvas, please chant Hare Krishna. Please chant Hare Krishna. Please surrender to Krishna. So people informed that there are two brothers most sinful and they are creating disturbance. So immediately Nityananda Prabhu said, why not deliver these two brothers? Immediately. Then it will be great credit for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is preacher. He is thinking the credit of the master, not for him. It is his life. These two brothers were creating disturbance on the street and there was a crowd. Nityananda Prabhu was so persistent that he decided that in spite of all the faults of these two persons, I shall deliver. Both the brothers endured. Nityananda Prabhu. All right, it is. All right. You have hurt me. Blood is oozing out. That doesn't matter. You chant Hare Krishna. That is preaching. Not that I remain safety and chanting Hare Krishna. No. We have to go out. Meet the Jagai Madhai. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry because these people, these two brothers, injured Nityananda Prabhu. He became fire-like. Nityananda Prabhu requested, my dear Lord, in this incarnation you promise that you will not take any weapon to kill. So don't kill them. Have mercy on them. This is Vaishnava. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made one condition, that your life is full of sinful activity. So if you simply promise that I shall not do anymore, then I can accept.
In Ekachakra Gram, not far from Nityananda Prabhu's birthplace, there is a Krishna deity known as Bankim Raya, a deity that was established by Nityananda Prabhu himself. It is said that Nityananda Prabhu merged into the form of Bankim Raya when he was ready to leave the planet for his eternal Leela. Nityananda Prabhu's presence is always felt in the presence of one's own spiritual master. For the Guru is considered a living manifestation of Sri Nityananda Prabhu himself.
আমার নিতাই নিলে না বুড়া মন, নিতাই নিলে না বুড়া মন, তোর মিলে না সারা গায়ে মাখিলে তিলক, তোর মিলে না। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama